The valedictory address will be presented today by graduating senior Tuna Gem Hierly. Mr. Hierly.
Thank you, Dr. Reeson. Mr. Tillma, Dr. Reeson, distinguished guests, faculty, family, and friends. It is my honor to depart my career as a Stony Brook School student with this address as the valedictorian of the strong, intelligent, artistic, creative, tired, and mostly hungry class of 2013. Not only have I been charged to deliver a speech to address my class, neither in Latin nor for 4 hours, but also I feel the necessity on behalf of my class to say a farewell to the lovely student body and the networked community built of teachers, coaches, administrators, parents, staff, and students. As the last speaker during commencement, I will conclude the ceremony and foretell of the beginnings of new chapters in all of our lives. Our class, the class of 2013, will move on to being the class of 2017 in many institutions of higher learning. Students younger will move up a grade and feel the heavy responsibilities and the gravitas of aging a year. Teachers will adapt to a new body of students ready to be shaped and molded into interesting creatures, losing their shapeless forms to become pieces of art. And families will watch their sons and daughters grow to become those generations that will know much more than they will ever know. This process of growth, maturing, forming into men and women of character, and becoming interesting people of love, wisdom, and virtue has in its basis a tremendously important principle. This is the principle of education and the importance of education in our lives. What has education established for me? Since brevity is the soul of wit, as Shakespeare's Polonius highlights in Hamlet, I feel the pressure to briefly tell you about myself. My name is Tuna Gem Hierly. Yes, it is Tuna. I was born and raised in Istanbul, Turkey until the age of 12 when my parents and I moved to Smithtown, New York. I have been in the Stony Brook School since the 7th grade, and I will be moving on to Harvard University next fall. Well, I didn't know much English when I arrived, but now I'm fluent in 2 languages and proficient in another. So 6 years can truly educate a person. But please do not confuse education with schooling and the memorization of data and information. So what is education? As my friend Hung Wei did, I will give you an Aristotelian answer. Education is what teaches us to be virtuous peoples, striving towards happiness and striving towards a truly good and happy life. If it is not yet clear enough, it is exactly on this topic that I will talk about. The same idea that I have been shown and I have believed that everyone needs a reminder about in the past 2 years. This next part is for you, our younger brothers and sisters, who will grow to fill the roles we have occupied in the Stony Brook community. We all have faith in you, and we believe that you will certainly fill every role as leaders, and not merely as bricks on a wall, but as the supporting blocks of a roof pulled down by the cruel gravity of society. Every senior who received their diplomas today had to do the same thing. Ask any of us. I remember the first day of soccer practice as a junior, after 10 of the 11 starters had graduated the year before. I was not the youngest in the team anymore, not a novice, but I had become a role model for players who wanted to work hard and become better. It is a magical feeling, after all. Many of us can testify to this feeling. You will also be coming closer to the dreadful college admissions process that all of us racehorses must look forward to. However, you must remember to shed the appearance of racehorses And remember that you are beautiful human beings. You are not the dates you've memorized, the GPA you have worked or not worked for, not the score out of 2,400 on your SATs, not even the leadership opportunities you've taken during your tenure here as a student. If you really want your expectations thrown out, I must tell you that there are students who will be attending Ivy League universities who are not in the cum laude society. Although the system must evaluate you on these credentials, you must know that which college you attend does not constitute how good you are as a person or as a student either. Our shared primary occupation in this community has been to be good students, ready to learn skills and character traits that will enable us to become successful in our lives. So please stop asking why you need to know the law of sines or cosines, or why you need to recite that in 1789 the French Revolution started. You must not focus on the memorization of these ideas, but realize that you are developing skills and virtues which you must daily use to be good people and good students. It seems as though we, as the class of 2013, have been provided this wisdom through our education here at the Stony Brook School. What follows us is further education to sharpen not only our minds, but our hearts and our souls. I would like to challenge each and every one of us with a mission to become good people, men and women of virtue, love, and character. It is our school motto, after all, that shows us the value of character in our lives. We must not look only for a nightlife in college, but we must collectively and individually strive for the good life we are challenged to take. What better way do I have than to show how we have been educated by our teachers, peers, and most importantly, our parents, by thanking them all. Although I cannot thank everyone individually, I must attempt to both show you our gratitude as a class and demonstrate to all of you how you have educated me. Thank you to all of my older brothers and sisters who have served as role models for me. I would not have had the same experience without the love, the mentorship, and the support I've received from many people such as David, Paul, Christina, Eric, Anurag, Ben, Tyler, so many people that I have grown close with. Thank you. And thank you to all of my friends from this year, from our class. I believe that we have acquired truly virtuous and everlasting relationships with you. The friendships we have formed in our class are those that have and always will prove to be the most glorious attainments we have achieved. Since the bond between us has grown so strong, you won't fail to realize the love and the respect between us. SBS is not only a special place because of these bonds that we form within the student body, but also because of the relationships we form that we have had with our teachers. Thank you, Captain Lindsay, Mr. Altu, Mrs. Crandall, Mr. Ryan, and Mr. Byrne, for showing us that education does not stop outside of the classroom. Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, Mr. Winston, and Dr. Reeson, for the tremendous courage and wisdom you have exhibited. And thank you, Mr. Stratton, Dr. Riley, and Mr. Johnson, for showing us the way to live the good life. We must also love those who have brought us into this world, cared for us, loved for us, and made us into the people who we are now, our parents. To them, I owe my life and my gratitude forever. As we head out of these doors today into new adventures, keep in your mind the challenge I have set for all of us. Strive for the good life and be hungry, like the class of 2013, for truth. Thank you for honoring our class, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.